What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nature Tapes podcast. My name is Devin Ramos, and today you are going to listen to a podcast featuring my good friend, Christopher Castaneda. I met Christopher through my real job, and we had always had really great conversations about life, the universe, and everything. And he moved on to bigger and better things, greener pastures, to put it simply. And I miss him. I'm going to be honest, I missed him. We had some really great conversations, and ever since he left, he was like the last of the people that I had like real conversations with at my job. And I was really glad that he was able to come onto the podcast, and we talked for about an hour just about things in general. And it was a really great episode. I had fun. And I'm going to have him back on probably in the future. Most definitely in the future. But with this podcast, I think you guys will really enjoy it. I didn't drop it last week because of the holiday, which I hope all of you had a really great Thanksgiving. Hope you guys ate a lot. Hope you guys didn't get into any fights on Black Friday. But if you guys did, it's kind of lame. I mean, even if you were going shopping like on Black Friday, it's still kind of lame too. So hopefully you didn't get into too much of that. But I'm a hypocrite. I bought some things online. All right, anyways, we're going to get into this podcast. Hope you guys enjoy it. And again, this is my friend Chris with whom I'm talking to on the podcast. So yeah. All right, enjoy. We were watching it together, and then he walked in. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I know, it's so weird how, that's, somebody's presence just changes, and it really is just overthinking. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know. Shouldn't care.
No. I try not to.
I know, it's really something try. You gotta, you have to put effort into doing, because the moment you stop putting effort into, not caring, you just, I guess, naturally start caring about what people think.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes people aren't even aware of the things that you think they're aware of.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of the one thing when with public speaking, I had to do some speeches for school today, and I do this, but public speaking is way different, But I'm getting better at it to where I can kind of control my nerves a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I still stumble over my tongue when I'm in front of people, and I talk fast too. So most of the time when I'm talking fast, just between me and you, I could talk normally.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking fast in front of other people, I'm I start stumbling over my words.
You're just trying to get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I get you. Surprisingly, I'd prefer to do public speaking, right? I'd prefer to do that than this. This scares me more than public speaking. I don't know why.
You don't know?
I think it's because it's it's only my voice. So okay. It's if I mess up, I can't just smile and laugh about it and or do any kind of gesture or whatever. Just kind of damn, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I think now that it's just my voice, it's there's nothing I could do except apologize.
Yeah.
So that sucks. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm getting more nervous. So
yeah. No, but I know what you mean though, because I think even today, one of the speeches I gave, which actually turned out pretty well, even though I didn't really prepare for it.
Yeah.
It ended up being good because a lot of times I could kind of, like you said, I could kind of go I'm Not so much say I messed up, but make fun of yourself.
Your body movements could do it.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm still moving on kind of thing. Yeah. It's just I know you heard me mess up, but I'm still going on. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what it is I'm good at bullshitting people. When I used to work at Stater Brothers, you just put on that fake face, that fake mask, and you like turn into somebody else, you know. It's just like, oh, hello, paper, plastic, whatever, do you need help, blah blah blah, and you're smooth, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm good at bullshitting people. So it's like if I'm looking at somebody, I could just like pretend I'm not like myself, and I'm just like I don't know. There's like two reasons why I'm better at public speaking, I guess. It's like that. It's like that bullshitting, or it's like I'm just having fun. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm enjoying being up there and being seen kind of thing, because it's like, to me, it's like a game.
Yeah.
And then the other reason is because you can prepare. Mm-hmm. Like, you could look in the mirror, prepare, recite. And it's like, after a while, it gets so boring. It gets so like it's not like why am I so nervous, you know, mm-hmm. after the 10th time, you know what I mean? It's just like, you get up there and you just do it, and it's like, but now you can do it like properly. It's like you've already like practiced it like 10, 20 times in the mirror, and it's like, now you're just like, okay, I memorized it, I'm good, there's no way I can forget it, and now I could just kind of like sell it. Like once mm-hmm. I'm up there, I can sell it. Like, I know how to say it, I know how to pronounce it. You know, whether it's like a moving, because like my like public speaking was like about skateboarding and why it means so much to me, and like building, starting my own company mm-hmm. for it. And it was like, the assignment was to pretend I was going into a meeting with investors, you know. And then I was going to pitch them my company. So it was like, oh, this is easy because this is what I want to do, you know, in the future. So it was like, I practice, and it's just so bland. Like, when I was practicing, it was so bland because I didn't have to give it that extra, like, emotion to it or anything. But then once I was up there, it was like I knew what to do, because it's like, I don't know. I guess that's why it's easy for me. I guess, like, if it was something, like, historical, it probably wouldn't be so, like, easy for me to do it, because it's not something You're passionate about. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Depends.
I think for me, like, with public speaking, I guess even for this, too, because, like, some people were telling me, like, oh, you should take, like, notes and, like, you know, what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think, like, and I would take, like, notes, and I would have, like, these really, like, extensive notes. This would happen when I would do public speaking, too, because it actually happened to me today. And I take so many notes that, like, I don't realize that I can't read everything that I wrote. Like, I could legibly read it, but I can't, like, read it in time to, like, so, like, I could actually say it. Yeah. So, like if I go up there with too much, like, it's actually worse for me.
It, like, blends in together.
Yeah. Huh? And I'm like, oh shit, like, what did I write? So, like, I have to write, like, I either have to have like a loose framework mm-hmm. of what I'm going to talk about, because I'm actually, like, better at, like, ad-libbing. Like, oh, like this, like, you could think of it this way, or, like, you know, improving.
Yeah.
And then, like, reading everything at once, because of, like, even with this, like, I've screwed up so many times, like, to where I've had to, like, re-record myself.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, like, it doesn't sound, it sounds weird. Like, why am I talking this way?
Yeah. That's cool. At least you get that option with recorded stuff. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Public speaking, I guess that's why it's more scary. You don't get, like, another chance.
Yeah.
Even if you get another chance, they already heard it, they already seen it. Like, yeah, it sucks.
Let me try again.
Yeah. Like, hold on, forget everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This just popped into my head. Back to the YouTubers and Red cameras, though. I remember I was skateboarding in... It's called Santa Monica Courthouse, but it's like in LA. I don't know. But they have a stage there, and, you know, skateboarders, like, from all around the world go and skate that spot. That's the spot I was telling you about that Nike bought.
Oh, okay.
For however millions of dollars. They bought a street spot, turned it into, like, a skatable street spot, and, like, it's legal to skate there now. Yeah. And it's not a skate park. It's not, you know, so it's like... It's cool, and it's a courthouse. It's like Nike bought that, and, like, for skateboarders. But anyway, so I was skating there, you know, trying to film with my little T3i and all that stuff for the video I'm working on. And these YouTubers come, and I see, like, the little box, and they're, like, setting it up. And then I also see, you know, like, a couple GoPros and drones. And then there's these skateboarders, and I guess it was, like, a YouTuber making, like, a little, like, segment that had to do with, like, skateboarding in LA. Mm-hmm. So they were going to, like, all the famous spots.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was cool to see, like, the YouTubers and how they had, like, their crews and how like they were getting paid, and like it was cool to see that like you can just do it on your own, like YouTube stuff like that. But I don't know. Now that I think about it, those guys, I don't know, they're annoying. Like,
yeah,
like because it's like they went to a spot where like skateboarding is like the biggest like respect there. It's like if you have a skateboard and you're riding it, you're being respected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they went to a spot and they tried to like control people. You know, they're like, oh, like don't go here. Like they didn't ask. They just said like, don't do this, don't do that. Like if we were a part of the act and they were trying to like direct us. So, you know, naturally I put on my headphones, put the music up on blast, and I went to land my trick, you know what I mean? I didn't stop until I landed it. And it bothered them it bothered them a lot, but it's like I had to do my thing too. Like, I don't know, maybe I was kind of a dick, but I didn't like how they just came up and tried to like direct me into what I should be doing. And their drones, they had drones. I'm trying to stay concentrated into what I'm doing with my like, they had a GoPro and they had a red camera on the drone too. Mm-hmm. But like I was trying to stay focused, and all I could hear was like that, like of the drones, and it literally felt like it was like right above my head, even though it was probably like where the roof is, like it was probably like 6 feet away from my head, but it's like super loud. Yeah, and it's like so distracting. Like all that stuff was distracting. Like if I was working on like a music video, or if I was working on something where it was like that was my director, that stuff, like I'd be focused and I'd be doing way easier tricks anyways. Like I just, you know, for commercials and all that stuff, they don't need anything extravagant because it's like for people that don't know what skateboarding is. So it's like all you have to do is look cool. Yeah. But like for my video, it's like people that are going to see it, it's like you're going to be judged by your skateboard tricks, not how cool you look. You know? So I don't know, like those people were very distracting, but at the same time, it was kind of cool to see that they had red cameras and they were YouTubers and they had their whole crew, and like that was their career. Mm-hmm. So it was like respect to them, but I don't know.
Did they have like a reservation or like a permit to film there?
No.
Yeah.
No.
See, so like at that point, like even if you were being a dick about it, like you were there just like they were.
Exactly.
Like you traveled.
Oh yeah, I drove
just as far, if not further. Yeah. You know, I don't know where they came from, but
they got money. I don't.
but even that, like you traveled that far, you don't have as much money to go
back.
Yeah. So I mean, that's on them. Like they should know. Like okay, like this is a public spot. You know?
That was the only thing that bothered me, because it's like, I don't know. It's like they had all the equipment, so they just expected like everybody to listen, and I don't know, like it's simple, you know. You give respect, you get respect. Yeah. Or at least that's what I like believe, I guess. Mm-hmm. And it's like if they would have just showed me some respect, like I would have like worked with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would have like I would have waited my turn at sometimes. You know, it's just like, but they went in there and they didn't like respect anybody, so it's just kind of like, well, then you don't get respect either. Like that's the way it works. But I don't know. But it was still cool to see that like people had their careers from YouTube. Yeah. That they can, you know, use red cameras and have their own little crew, like, and just do that, you know, like just do that for your life. Like buy a house from that, buy like everything from that, and it's like that's crazy to me.
Yeah. I mean, when I started this, I've never really experienced like anything like that, because I know with like YouTube, like that's like really, it's not, I wouldn't say it's competitive, but you have to compete with yourself, because you always have to do better than your last video. Definitely. You know, I think there's very few YouTubers out there that do something almost the same with every video, but people enjoy it anyways. Yeah. You know, probably like reviews or whatever. Yeah. But like if you're doing something like skateboarding, like you have to top yourself like every time. Oh yeah. So like that's why they have like drones, you know. But with like this, like I don't know. I would imagine that like I mean, I've never had something like that happen to where I felt like, oh, I needed to be super like controlling over like one situation. You know, it was always like the most I think it was be like somebody telling me like, oh, like this is kind of how it has to be, because I was doing this at like the college station. So they were telling me like, oh, this is how we do things here. So you kind of have to follow. You could do what you want, but you have to follow suit too. That would be like the only thing, I guess. But I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to play ads. Like, that's what, like, I'm not even there anymore. But, yeah, with like the internet thing, like, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do whatever you want. It really is. I mean, like this, I haven't seen like, I've seen like I've seen it steady with people listening.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, like, I could imagine like that's like a whole different ballgame. Especially with these people that get like hundreds of thousands of views like every day.
Oh yeah, you have to have a team. You have to have a crew. Like, there is no. You can start it off by yourself, but if you really want to make something of it, you gotta. You don't do it alone. You just don't. Like, why would you? At the same time, I don't know. I mean, like, even with podcasts, you know, if this starts to blossom into something crazy, you're gonna need, like, because you're gonna have to keep, you know, however many people entertained all the time, and you're gonna need to reach out, and you're gonna need to get out of your comfort zones, and you're gonna need to do this and do that, and it's like, I mean, because like honestly, like, I feel like the podcasts that are like the most famous or radio shows, it's always somebody that was really famous, that like decided to, or either retired if they're old, or they're just like really, like Thrasher magazine, they have a podcast, and like I bet a lot of people listen to that. Why? Because like you got pro skaters going on, and you got to do this, and it's like it's a little bit easier for them than to somebody that just like likes making podcasts, or like just likes music, underground, or all that stuff. And it's just like it's way harder to like do it like that, to come up being unknown, you know?
Yeah.
It's
doing
like,
something original. That's the hardest thing.
Exactly, doing something original. But once you like succeed, it's like that's most likely that's what I think is going to be like the best feeling ever. I mean, that's why I'm still just like doing whatever I feel like doing. Like, still don't know what I want in my life. I know what I want with my life, and I know what I want to do, but at the same time I'm just like open, like, to anything, you know? Like, skateboarding is definitely my life, but like being a professional skateboarder is really not the goal for some reason. It's like, if it happens, of course, give me the contract, I'll sign it, you know? But I think just helping people is really like what I really want to do. And skateboarding is my life, so it's like I just put two and two together, help people using skateboarding, you know, which is why I've been going to school for business and doing this. And like, the sponsors just came out of nowhere, honestly. I guess like that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just free, and like everything that's like supposed to happen is just happening, you know? It's like everything that like my life just keeps getting set up like to blossom in the future. Like, it's like I get more recognition now. I get more, like, I get a lot of kids that know me out of nowhere. Like, it's kind of cool, but like I wish they would know that, like, because they're like, oh man, like, you're gonna go pro, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, like, I can't wait till you go pro, or I can't. It's like, but it's like I wish I could just kind of tell them like well, I do, you know. I tell them like, well, it's not what it's about. It's about fun, and like I feel like all of the like good things that happen to me are just because I'm doing it for the right reasons, you know. Sure, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that I created, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's just I don't know how to put it, honestly. Just good things happen to good people, I guess. Yeah. I always try to just be good. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's well, like, I think a big thing of it is like you said it, because we used to talk about this at work too. Like, I think it's because like you are open, like in the sense that like you're not opposed to doing new things. Like, a lot of people won't, like, trying new things. Yeah, a lot of people won't do that because they're like, sometimes I won't even do that. I'm like, no, it's either I feel like I'm above it, or that it's not really my thing. Like, yeah, you know. And I think we're all guilty of doing that. Yeah, and I think with you, like, I see you trying just new things all the time, you know. At least from when like I was talking to you more back, you know, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But I think like, you know, even with me, like there's just times that people tell me like, oh, you should do this and that. I'm like, no, like it's not really my thing. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like if somebody else wants to do it, like more power to them. Like I know my cousin has like a YouTube show, and it's like, I mean, simply put, like it's funny, but at the same time, like if you were to define it by any other word, like it's like silly.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do something that's like silly like that. Like that's not me. Like if I were going to like act out, like it would be really noticeable and really like awkward, you know, but that's like his personality that he's able to like tap into. But he'll do like weird stuff. Like he'll do like almost like Shakespearean, like a monologue, like for like 5 minutes on his show. Like, and it's just like so out of place that it's like funny.
Yeah.
But other people, you know, they'll probably tell me to do something, not so much what he's doing, but be more out, you know, be more forward with it or be more outgoing with it. I'm like, I don't know. Like, that's not really what I feel comfortable doing. If I find an idea that I really like, I'll do it. But
I feel like once you know who you are or what you want to do or what image you want to create, then you can definitely like stand up for that. Because like when people do tell you to do something, it's like, well, it's not yours, it's mine, and I want to do it my way. But I feel like if there are some times where you just have to try it, I guess, because you never know. But that definitely, I mean, because if somebody like told me like to get into something, like oh, you should get into like motocross or something, I'd just be like, as fun as that sounds, like I've never even driven a dirt bike in my life. I don't have the money for that, and it's like, why would I compete? Why would I do all that? That sounds really dumb to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, why are you telling me to do this? Like, I would love to go ride a dirt bike around. Like, if you got a dirt bike, like, sure, teach me how to ride it. But I mean, other than that, like, I'm not gonna like invest time into it. I think that's the thing. Yeah, it's like it's cool to try new things, but you also gotta like be careful what you invest your time in. Definitely, because if it's not gonna benefit you, and if it's not really you, and you're just, I don't know, maybe you're just not happy with your life. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's definitely try new things, but it's like, if you already know who you are, and you're just hanging around the wrong people that keep like, you know, it's like, I don't know. I don't know who I am 100%, but it's like, I've already like, I mean, I'm 21, so it's like, my whole life, I've just been like, if I look back and I look at what I like, I mean, that's why I always wear Adidas. You know what I mean? It's like, I've always loved Adidas, and it's like, that's something that like that's never going to change. You know, it's like, because it is the originality part of it. It's like, it has way more. Like, I have such a deeper root with Adidas than people even know. Like, they think like I just love Adidas skate shoes. You know what I mean? It's like they don't even know that I used to B-boy. And that's like embarrassing for some reason in the skateboard culture. Like, if you were something else, it's like people like from the skateboard world. It's like, if you weren't a skateboarder your whole life, then it's like, what the fuck? Like, then why are you skating? You know what I mean? But it's because I tried new things and I fell in love with skating, and I realized I love skating way more than dance or b-boying or anything, or soccer or running, because I was like really good at all that stuff. Like, I had like the rhythm for dance, and I had the athleticism for soccer and running, and skateboarding was just like, it was a challenge, and I was really competitive at the time, but it was like, you can just be competitive with yourself, and it was really cool. Like, skateboarding was really hard for me, and it's like, but that's because I tried something new, and now I know, like, I'm a skateboarder. Like, no matter what, I'm hooked. Like, I can quit dance, I can quit soccer, I can do all that, but I can never like quit skateboarding. I don't see why I would ever do that, you know? Yeah. So, I don't know. It's like, just kind of like, when you figure out who you are, and then you could stand up for who you are too. But if you don't really know who you are yet, then you can't be afraid to explore either. And that's awesome.
Well, I think when people are younger too, like, especially like with me when I was younger, like, I don't know, just young people just do like dumb shit.
Yeah.
I mean, do dumb shit. Like, I think with you, like, I've always seen, like, you always knew what you did and didn't want, like, outside of skateboarding. Yeah. Like, in, like, with, like, your social interactions. Because I know, like, when I was, like, from, like, 19 to, like, 21, like, I was hanging out with, like, a bunch of people that, like, not so much, like, I needed their friendship, but, like, you were trying to fit in with that crowd.
Oh, yeah, man. And everybody goes through that.
Yeah. And it's, like, I don't know, I did a lot of that with, like, a few different crowds to where it was, like, when I started getting older, like, it got much easier because I knew exactly, like, oh, I don't want to, like, why would I go to this thing that I'm not going to want to be? Yeah. Why would I go to this thing that I'm not going to want to be at for, like, more than, like, a half hour? Like, why am I going to waste my time? And, like, a lot of people, because it's funny, I have a lot of younger friends that are like you. Like, I don't have anybody, like, I have, like, 2 friends that are, like, my age. Yeah. And all of my friends seem to be, like 5 or 6 years younger than me. And I'm like, I see them hanging out with, like, weird people, and I'm like, why are you hanging out with this guy? Like, I think to myself, like, I don't tell them, like, why are you hanging out with this guy? Like, he's not a bad person, but he's just, like, he doesn't fit, like, who you are. Yeah. And I was like, well, I guess I did the same things when I was, like, younger too.
Yeah, it's like you got to figure it out on your own.
They just got to figure it out on their own.
You can do. Yeah, I see that a lot. Definitely see that a lot, especially in the skateboard community. You know, it's like we're all together. We all respect each other, but you know, there's a lot of good kids that go bad because of stupid reasons. You know, like the alcohol and the drugs and all that stuff. It's like, I mean, some people are with it, and if they're with it, then go ahead. You know, like that's cool. That's cool for you. But I feel like when you're, you know, a young kid and you're looking up to somebody, and that's what they do, but it's like you kind of like, that's not who you are, but you're still doing it. And then you get hooked on it, and then you just completely change. I feel like you just lose yourself. It's like those, like, I don't know. Maybe everybody loses themselves when it comes to drugs. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I have a lot of friends. You know, a lot of friends that are like crazy into drugs and alcohol and weed and cigarettes, just all these crazy chemicals, and it's like there's a lot of kids that like you guys affect, and it's like, I don't know, it's like you do your thing, but like when I look at kids that are trying to fit in, sometimes, you know, I talk to them, just be like, you know, like, what happened? Like, dude, like, you weren't like this a year ago, you know, right. like, and you know, they feel like ashamed, or maybe they even feel attacked when I go up to them. But it's like, I just want to know, you know, I have a younger sister, you know, and it's like, if you can tell me what went wrong kind of thing, then I can know what to like do to like inform others. Right. And like stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, you're whatever, people like YOLO or whatever, you know, it's just like, fuck, it's my life and I only have one, so I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want kind of thing. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like most people just use that as an excuse to like, when you're standing up for yourself, it's just pride, you know what I mean? When you're standing up for yourself and you're in like, you don't even know who you are, then it's like, what are you doing? Yeah. I mean, we're not your like, I mean, I get it, you know, the whole like parent thing. I mean, when you're parents, it's like, oh, what a parent thing to say. But then there's like people like me where it's like, well, I'm not your parent, but I don't know. It's just, I'm not like living my life ignorant either. Like, I know what those chemicals do. Like, you know, I've thought about doing them too, you know, and it's just like, before I did anything, I just kind of looked it up, or if I ever did. That's why I hardly drink, you know? It's like 21, like, man, by the time my friends were 21, who knows how many gallons of alcohol they've drank. Right. You know, I turned 21 and I just like drank a beer, ate pizza, and it was like, it's cool to be buzzed, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, how many brain cells are you willing to lose too? It's like, it's a game, and like, it's a game you're playing with your body. Oh, yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's just like young people, man. You gotta like, I don't know. You can't just like, can't just try to impress like the people you look up to either. Because sometimes the people you look up to, they're not who you think they are. You know, there's a lot of pros out there. You know, people view them like gods because they're always being marketed, and they're always like. But I mean, they're complete douchebags. Like, there's a lot of douchebags out there. Like, I don't ever care to meet pros. I don't ever care to meet anybody. I feel like, you know, I don't feel like one human being is more powerful than another, you know, as far as like, you know, I could fall off a curb, hit my head a certain way and die. That person can too. You know, I could be in a plane could fall down and die. That person, if he's on the same plane, like, he's gonna die too. Like, doesn't matter. So it's like, but there's a lot of like assholes like that, man. Like, I've like tried to shake hands with like a pro, and he just kind of like looked at it and like looked away, and then just like skated off. And I'm just like, like, dude, like, like, there's no way you didn't hear me. Like, I'm in front of you. You went around me. Like, what the heck? Like, why would you do that? But I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're nice. They were just having a diva moment too, you know? It's like, it must suck to be... That's another thing. You just gotta, like, think of it in so many different ways. It's like... They're so used to, like... They can't even go out and skate and have fun anymore because they always get ambushed by a bunch of people trying to shake their hands or small talk or whatever. It's like, fuck it. Like, if I'm gonna be a dick to this guy, at least I'm gonna land this trick. Like, I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, I think, like, even with people that I've met with this, like, there've been, like, I would say 99% of them were, like, cool. But there was, like, this one dude, like, he was kind of on the come up. And, like, he, like, I don't know, his manager or whoever she was, like, she hit me up to do the show. Oh, okay. So I was like, okay, like, that's cool. Like, I don't know, you know, a lot about him, but I'll research you or whatever. So I researched him. His music was pretty good. And he comes on my show and he's like a complete, like, douche. Like, I'm asking him, like, simple questions because I don't know a lot about him. Yeah. And, like, one of the comments he made, like, during the show, he was like, oh, man, you're going to start with this question? Like, and, like, he was giving me, like, one word answers, like, through the whole thing. And I'm like, wow, this is, like, really awkward. I got to figure out how to end this, like, ASAP. Because it was just bad. Like, as a matter of fact, like, I left the episode up. Like, it's still on there, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people like that. Like, in any industry, industry, exactly. You know, you can go work at Target and you're gonna meet. You know, we met a bunch of different douchebags.
Yeah, you can meet divas there. Like, managers. They think they're the shit. Yeah, yeah. Man, you see, I don't know how like. I don't know if I was put in that position. See, this is why I don't do podcasts. Like, somebody came on my show, started acting like a dick or a diva or whatever, or like if he said that, like, oh, why'd you start with this question? I'd have been like, oh, why are you such a bitch? Yeah. And I still would have uploaded it so everybody could know about you. Like, yeah. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, like, sue me? Like, yeah. Like, what do you got? Like, yeah. Like, fuck. All right, fuck it then, sue me, whatever, and I'll take it down. Like, that's about it. But that's why I wouldn't be able to do this. That's why, you know, again, skateboarding, you know, you don't need a team, you don't need anything. You just put on your headphones and go. Yeah. And ignore everybody. Yeah.
I mean, I think this works out too in that way. Like, there's not a lot of people telling me.
Well, yeah, you said like 99% of people are cool. Yeah. Like, I believe it.
Yeah. I mean, like, now I've kind of moved past the whole music thing now because it's just, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Right. I've noticed that.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like, it was fun for a while, but I think that, I mean, at least up here, like, I'm sure there's scenes all over the country. Like, you can go on Bandcamp and find anybody that's making music that's independent. But I think that with this, I could do the show, you know, that focuses on those people, but yeah, I think one of the big things is that it's hard, but I also think that the show I want to do, like, features more than that. Yeah. And I think that logistically, like, I'm not in the best area to do it. And the music that is logistically available to me, like, it doesn't interest me in the way that it did. Yeah. Because a lot of people, like, I talked about this on one of my last podcasts, like, a lot of people, like, when I first started this, and this includes me too, like, the hustle was just so much, like, more, like, stronger with music. Yeah. And, like, 80% of the people that were making music, like, fell off for whatever reason. You know, life happens. Yeah. But there's no more coming out, you know? And so the people that, like, I was affiliated with, like, they're not making music like that anymore. Yeah. You know? So it's like, I got to find other ways to make this entertaining.
Well, yeah, like the donut, Yeah. What was it called again?
Oh, the donut, Tour de Donut.
Tour de Donut. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Dude, I'm hungry. Gotta go out. Like, we've been trying to, like, go out and just eat. Even when we were working together, and it's like it just never happened. And then FYF, but then that didn't happen. And then Tour de Donut, I wanted to go on one of those. Didn't happen.
You should have told me.
No, I mean, I didn't have a job anymore. So couldn't waste the money on donuts anymore. But I feel like as soon as I get like another job, I mean, I'm supposed to be working at pharmacy, just seasonal. So I'll have like a little bit of money, but that's like Christmas presents. And I don't know, man. But one day I'll be able to hit you up and
we'll go someday.
Let's go eat, because you know all the good. I mean, we go to Vegas. We don't even have to party or gamble. You could just show me all the best food restaurants. Yeah. Because I always ask you for advice where to eat. It's just having the money to eat there. That's the problem right now. But it's all good. I mean, like, I look all nice because, like, I get all this stuff for free. But I have no money to my name. Like people always see me with, like, nice shoes or nice, like, skateboards and stuff like that. And they're just like, damn, this kid's rich or whatever. Yeah. I'm just like, I wish, you know? Yeah. But, I don't know. Then they see me drive off in my dad's car because my car doesn't work right now. It's like, fuck.
I think you're going to get something. I mean, it's going to be something with what you want to. And I think that the longer that you kind of stay waiting for something that you want is the more likelihood that you're going to get it. Because I think, like, a lot of people just fall... And this is what I told my brother, too. Like, a lot of people fall into jobs that they don't even necessarily like, even though they want something more. And they get stuck there. Like, and I told my brother that, like, don't go work for Stater Brothers because they'll pay you pretty well, like, when you first start there, and like you'll get used to it. Like, go work for a company like you don't like, you know. I didn't tell him like that, but I basically told him go work for like a different company because you're not going to be as attached to it. They're only going to give you like 48 hours, and you'll at least be motivated to keep going to school. But like if you're working all the time, like you're going to be like, oh, like I've already worked 35 hours this week. I might as well work more because I could get a bigger check. Like, no, like at that point you're spending your time for another company. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, people looked at me like I was crazy. I worked like 20 hours, and then I was like, oh damn, like, hey, who wants hours? Like they're like, why? I was like, oh, I gotta go skate. They're just like, I'll take your hours, but like, are you sure? And I'm just like, girl, you have kids. I don't like, and why don't you ever get your promotions? Why? You're like the best courtesy clerk here. You're blah blah blah. And it's just like, because I know what it does. Like, I know you can get stuck, and it's like, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, fortunately, like I'm one of the few, the proud that quit Stater Brothers. You know, because I mean, like Maureen, you know, like or like Amber. She's been there since she was 16. Yeah. Damn. You know what I mean? And, like, she's there for life. And they know it, you know? And I think that's the worst part. It's, like, at least you, like, even though you're making, you know, a good amount, it's, like, you're still, like, you still know that it doesn't have to be for life. Yeah. And I think that's pretty cool. I think, like, if anything, an opportunity came up and it was just a little bit under your pay rate at Stater Brothers, I think you'd take that. Then. Oh, yeah.
I've thought about it before. I mean, there's been a couple of times, like, I've interviewed for positions, like, obviously I didn't get them. Yeah. But they were, like, at least paying half of what I make now. And I was like, you know, I'll take this in a heartbeat because I know this is my way into something else.
Yeah, exactly. It's an investment. Yeah. You know, I think that's what I even forgot. You know, there was a point in my life where I gave up. It's funny. You know, like, people say marriage kills your dreams and all that stuff. And it's like, I feel like if you do it wrong, it's true. Because, I mean, like, I was thinking about marriage at the time. So, I was like, you know what? Stater Brothers is a great company, you know? And it is. I mean, it helps and supports a lot of people. But it's like, yeah, like, easy. You can be a manager. Like, this stuff is easy. You do the same thing every day. Like, so easy. I could be a supervisor, like, in no time. Like, imagine, like, I don't know. But it was just like, I gave up on all that. Like, I gave up on, like, what I wanted with my life because I was just, like, focused on, like, being a provider. And it was just like, well, fuck, it's like, in reality, what, 20, 21, 19? It's like, you don't need to be a provider. Like, in the maybe if I was in Mexico, you know, I'd need to be a provider, but at this age in the United States, you'd be a kid still.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, damn, like, my parents came here so I could have a better life. And it was kind of funny how, like, my parents and, like, just, like, my culture was just kind of like, you're old. You need to start providing now. You need to start, like, thinking about your future as far as, like, getting your own house, getting your own car, like, getting your own, like, getting a wife, kids, all that stuff. And it was just like, damn, but you came here so I could have a better life. Then it's like, I want, like, that better life is, like, doing whatever I want. And I have that freedom. Yeah. And I have, like, I don't know. It's just, as soon as I started getting a better education, it was like, it was clear that although my dad came here to give me a better life, his definition of a better life isn't my definition. Yeah. And because I live here, I have the right to live to my definition of what a better life is. And, like, he's accepted it now, which is awesome. I just wish he would have accepted that when I was 16 and not 21. Because then it's like, fuck, imagine where I'd be. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny you say that because I can't remember who told me that it was they essentially, like, yeah, a lot of parents do come here to give their children a better life, but it's like you said, to them a better life is like, oh, like, for a lot of people it's like the opportunity for them to be in my position that I'm in right now. Like, if I really wanted to and I really tried for, like, the next 6 months to a year, I could be a manager. Yeah. No problem. Like, if I really wanted to, and I don't. And I tell people that, and it doesn't make any sense to them. Yeah. I'm like, why? Like, I make good money now doing easy work. Yeah. Like, I don't have to worry about anybody telling me anything otherwise. Like, to me, in a way, like, I feel like I'm my own boss. Yeah. You know? I mean, yeah, if I screw up enough, like, somebody's going to tell me something. But the way I have my life set up right now, like, there's nobody that could really, like, do anything to me. Yeah. But I think for, like, parents, like, yeah, like, oh, they want the opportunity for their son or daughter to become, like, a manager of somewhere.
I know, that's so crazy.
And make, like, 6 figures. You can make a decent amount of, like, good money there. But it's funny because when you talk to people that do that in any corporate position like that, they always almost have, like, the same amount of money you do, because it's funny because when I start seeing people, like, become, like, assistant managers, like, the first thing they all go out and buy is, like, a new Beamer,
BMW.
Or, like,
I was about to say that.
If they're like a new man, like, if they're a guy, like, they'll go out and buy a new truck or something. Yeah. And they'll start buying new toys, and then, like, you know, a year later they're getting married, and they already have, like, 2 kids. You know, so it's not like it's not like they're actually making more money. They're just making enough money to, like,
pay their bills.
Yeah.
But that's, like, them setting themselves up. It's like, I don't know. I feel like if I were, like, if I said fuck it and just became a manager, I mean, because I'm like, available for rehire whenever I want. Like, honestly, like, that. The manager there, that's what he told me at the store we worked at together. Yeah. He told me, he was like, you come by any time, I'll hire you. Like, if things don't work out, like, I'll hire you. And I was like, well, if I come back, I was like, I'm coming back to, like, be a part of the Stater Brothers family kind of bullcrap. Like, yeah. But I feel like I would be a manager and I would just save for, like, 5 years. Just save as much as I can. I'll have a crappy car, whatever it might be. Save for, like, 5 years and be going to school or doing this. Because then I'd have enough money to invest in companies, invest in this. It's like, I know, like, I'm not dumb enough to just be a manager. Like, if I had, I mean, that's, like, no offense to, like, people that have kids, people that have to be providers and this and that. And it's like, you know, the moment I have a kid, my dreams don't matter. Mm-hmm. It's all about their dreams. And if that means I have to be a manager, so be it. And I'll take it. But as far as, like, choosing, like, that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, that's just, fuck. Like, I can't, you know. But it's like, if I wanted to be smart about it, I gave up on, like, or maybe my body gave out on me or whatever. I don't see why not be a manager. Get, what is it, like, you get, like, $1,000 a week, save for, like, a couple years. You got a good amount right there. Oh, yeah. Start my own business, you know, or whatever, do whatever, you know. So it's like, But like most managers, like because they grow up thinking like, and this is because of their parents too. You know, it's like if you don't have a Beamer, you didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's like that's so stupid because you could have you could just get a Honda and have so much more money, go travel the world.
Yeah.
But you wanted to get a Beamer, like that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like.
Or a new truck just to go to like State of Brothers where you don't need to haul anything.
The gas that you're spending, dude. It's so I don't know. Me and my girlfriend are always driving around. There's always a douchebag with a truck that always cuts us off, and I'm just like, man, like you know what, your life's pretty sad. I bet.
Yeah.
Like you need this toy to make yourself happy or something because your life isn't. But I don't know. Maybe that's more fucked. It sounds more fucked up when I don't just think about it.
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean though. Because I mean, like, I'm not. I mean, it's cool to buy yourself stuff, but I think the way people go about it, like when they finally get money, is like completely like absurd. You know, it's so weird. Like why? Like you're putting yourself in a position to like essentially just make the same amount of money. You know. When your car is, like you said, when your car is perfectly good and it works.
Oh yeah, I feel like when I start making a good amount of money and I have my own career and all that, I feel like I don't know. I just don't care. I mean, believe me. I mean, we all want a nice car. I'm gonna have a nice car, but it's not. I don't ever see like a reason to have a Beamer or something like that. I don't know. I'd rather have like 3 cars. You know, one for date night. You know, one for the family, and one for work, kind of thing. Like, I'd rather have that big old backyard. See, I'm more like, I don't like possessions. I don't think about possessions. You know, if I'm thinking about possessions, it's like, oh, like fuck yeah, a house with a big old backyard, and all that money that I would spend on payments on a Beamer, I can save up and build a skate park in my backyard. How legit would that be? You know, like fuck, how much happiness and joy would I have? You know what I mean? It's like not just because I could drive a Beamer and get speeding tickets because it's like, or take it to the track. It's like, but that's not my passion. So it's like, what? Why am I showing off? You know, it's like, why am I trying to make everybody think I'm a success? Why don't I just be a success and just be happy? Yeah, I don't know, but like that's what we're saying. Like my dad and you know a lot of like even like Asian cultures especially. It's like you don't have nice things, you're not successful. And it's like I came to this country and I busted my butt so you could go to school so you could be a doctor. And it's like, well, I didn't fucking ask for that. Like, I busted my butt so you could have a BMW. I busted my butt so you can do this, so you can do that, so you could pay for my house or whatever it might be. But it's just like, damn, like, then why'd you have a kid? Like, that's not what it's about. Like, I don't know. You want a Beamer, that's fine, but it's like, fuck. Yeah. I think there's some people that can't, like, I don't know. They can't, like, control not having a kid. Like, they just don't even think about it. Like my friend, like he's my age. I think he's a couple months older or whatever, but it doesn't really matter at this point. But he has 2 kids, and like he's a great guy. He provides for them or whatever. But it doesn't seem to like dawn on him that like he could like. I feel like he'll have another kid like in another 3 years, like easily, because it doesn't phase him like that. But like me, if I had a kid, like I feel like not. So, I guess I don't know. It's weird because like. It sounds like fucked up to say like my life would be ruined because obviously like I'd find a way to like live, but I know it wouldn't be what I want. Yeah, and I know that would kind of like fuck me up too. Yeah, you kind of like if it's an accident. Yeah, having a kid on accident definitely. And I'm like 27. Like I'm okay. Like at this point, like if I had a kid, like nobody would say anything. Yeah, like, it's so not you don't even have to worry about. It's people like judging expected. You. Yeah, like why aren't like at this point like. When I was still with my girlfriend, like people were already asking me, like, "Oh, when are you guys gonna have kids?" Oh yeah, and I'm like, I still feel like I'm like 20. Hey, my brother's the same way. He's 26, and like I think his girlfriend even wants to have kids, but it's like nah. My brother's just like, nah. Like I'm too busy. Like I'm too busy riding my motorcycle around, skateboarding, playing video games, doing whatever. He's a manager at Leonardo's, or. Yeah, so it's like, It doesn't even like, he doesn't even think about it, doesn't even care about it. I mean, I can't wait for the day that I have a kid. Like, it's probably going to be like one of the most beautiful moments in my life.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like if you don't, not that it has to be planned out, but it's like, my thing is, it's like, how, you know, your kid's always going to look up to you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no matter what, you're going to be that person's hero. But it's like, I want to be a hero.
Yeah.
I don't want to like point, you know, show my kids like, oh, look at Rodney Mullen, look at fucking Jimi Hendrix, look at Paul Rodriguez, or look at Jordan or whatever. It's like, I want to say, yeah, look at all these people and look at me.
Yeah.
You know, like look at what your dad did, and you can do it too. Not like, oh, look at what they did, and you can do it too. Because I feel like I always wanted to ask this question. It's like, well, why didn't you do it?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you happy? Why are you working at a grocery store? Why, you know? And it's like, when I did ask my dad that stuff, he was just like, well, son, I had to give up on my, like, what I wanted so I can give you guys what you wanted. And it's like, that's beautiful on its own, but it's like, fuck, like, Dad, you should have just waited, man. Yeah. Like, you should have did what you wanted with your life. You should have gone see the world and all that stuff. So it's like, but I feel like if you have a kid after you see the world and you're who you want to be and all that stuff, and then maybe if you want a kid, I feel like it's the probably like the best experience ever. But it's definitely a lot of that, and I definitely know a lot of people that, unfortunately, know a lot of people that blame their kids for their failures. But it's like, nobody told you. Yeah. You know? Nobody told you to have a kid. No, those are your stupid decisions. Yeah. So it's like, I don't get it.
Well, I think we can actually end there. We got about an hour.
Yeah. Treat your kids right.
Yeah.
End on a good note.
Don't have kids, or if you do, treat your kids right.
Yeah. If you're not a superhero, then don't have a kid.
I do, but real quick before we go, like, I always feel bad when I like talk about like kids, because I know like almost all my friends and like my family have kids now. So I always feel like I'm kind of like dissing them in a way, but it's not even that. Like, I just feel like I kind of think of like if in my position, like, I don't want that like at all.
Yeah.
But like, I like most of my friends' kids. Like,
oh yeah. They're nice to play with, and but it's like having one is a completely different story. Yeah. Raising and all, oof, man. Yeah. 2 hours of sleep. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. But thanks for coming through, man.
No problem.
I know I've been trying to get you on this podcast for a long time, and I'm really glad that you did finally come through.
Down to do it again. Definitely down to do it again, like, once, like, the video premiere for, like, the pharmacy video and all that stuff comes out. It's like, that'd be sick, because then I could, like, it'd be good marketing for both. Yeah. For both of us. I'm down to have you whenever, man. Just let me know. I'll let you know. We'll eventually get something to eat, too. So yeah. The way we talk about it, like, it sounds like we're starving, like we never eat. For reals. Next time, we'll go get something to eat, come back, and talk about our experience. That'd be tight. Yeah. That burger was so juicy. Yeah. Or so dry, whatever. All right, man. Thank you for coming. No problem. Peace. Oh, well, but before we go, like, I want to thank everybody for listening if you got this far. And we'll be back next week. I'm not sure. Actually, this week is the Thanksgiving episode, because this week is dropping. This is the Thursday. So the way I drop them is weird. But this is the Thanksgiving week, so I don't know who's going to be on next week. I don't know if I'm taking a winter break, which I usually do. I think I took a big enough break a couple weeks ago. So thank you guys for listening to this episode, and catch you guys next week. Peace. All right. Bye.